Hello friends! Today we are going to be doing an author study. Okay friends, so today we're going to be doing an author study. The objective is demonstrates knowledge of print and its uses and appreciates books and other text. So the goal for this is just to kind of get them to recognize similarities in like an author's writing or their style. So here I have two books. This one's called Growing Vegetable Soup and Planting a Rainbow. Now, this one is written and illustrated, and this one is, I believe, yes, written and illustrated by Lois Ehlert. I think is how you say her name. And I'm trying to get this so you can see all of them. So if you look at the book, just look at the covers and even the titles, Growing Vegetable Soups and Planting a Rainbow. What do you think this author wants you to know? What do you think this author is she's interested in? Yeah, I would say she's interested in plants, right? We talked about plants this morning. So, she's talking about growing vegetable soup. Let's look at some of the pictures in here. All right. So here we have just some pictures. I'm trying to get it so you can see it. There you go. So you can see the pictures in this book. And then let's open up to picture in this book. And they're kind of similar. She uses a lot of colors, I can see. And she labels things. I don't know if you can see on both of these, they're labels. Let me put this one down and show you. So here you have labels, seeds, like these are the onions down here. You can see that it's labeled. Down here it talks about this being peat moss, and then you have peppers and cabbage, a trowel, broccoli, tomato, potato eyes. So she labels everything. And then if you look on this page as well, she labels the flowers. So you've got tulips, carnations, and rose. You can see that those are labeled. Let's turn to another one. And here is some ferns. So she labeled those. So she likes to label, and she likes to use a lot of colors, which is very good for a child's book because I think it makes it very interesting. And she's kind of into plants and growing things. So that's Lois Ehlert. Now I have a couple more books from a different author. Here we have The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle. And here we have The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. Now, just look at these pictures. Try to get them to where you can see them. Here you go. What do you notice about these two books? I'm going to hide my face for a moment so you can see. What do you notice about these two books? Yeah, the painting is kind of similar with the, almost looks like pieces of paper kind of that created this. It's kind of, I don't know, it just looks like little pieces of paper that were put together to create this. And same way with this one, it looks like little pieces of paper, which is really cool. All right, let's look at some more pictures. And also, this one is called The Tiny Seed, and this one is called The Very Hungry Caterpillar. So what do you think this author might be interested in, like by the titles of the story? What do you think? Yeah, I'm thinking he's interested in nature, because we've got the seed growing things like the last author. And then you've got talking about the caterpillar, which is also in nature. So let's look. He's kind of got the same kind of picture going on, that, you know, it almost looks like paper, or somebody, you know, was painting these pictures. Really cool. There's some more pictures. Here's the seeds. Looks like the leaves blowing away. Okay, and then let's look at The Very Hungry Caterpillar and see if it has the similar kinds of, yeah, see that texture, that just kind of looks like, you know, somebody painted or had paper coming across it. Look at this sun, the way it's, looks like someone painted and made marks, maybe made these out of paper. It's just a very unique kind of illustration. And all of the items are like that with the brush strokes. So that's Eric Carle. So you can, if you have a little library in your house, you can ask your child, you know, say, hey, go get your favorite book that you want to hear again. And talk about, you know, why do you like this book? Ask them, you know, what is it you like about this book? And then invite the child to hold the book and turn the pages as you read the story together. Then you can point out main features of the book, such as the title. So here is the title, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And this is the author, Eric Carle. The author is who writes the words. And in this case, I believe he draws the pictures as well. Yes, so he is the illustrator as well and draws all the pictures. So you could talk about that, and talk about, you know, the spine of the book and the back cover. So talk about those, and then say we're going to do an author study today. What author would you like to discuss? Can you find a few books by such and such author to use? So they should, you know, kind of be able to identify books that are by the same author. And a lot of times, you know, as we read, we kind of skip over the authors and the illustrators. So if you're reading a book and you notice that, oh, this is the same author as this book. So make them, when you're reading, make them aware that, you know, they have other books. And that would be great to kind of grab the 2 books or 3 books, however many, and look at them, because a lot of times there are the similarities like we just saw, you know, in their drawing style or their illustration style, what they're writing about, and that kind of thing. So, and then you have like, if you give a mouse a cookie, if you take a mouse to the movies, like, so that author has, it has the same character in it. If you give a mouse a cookie, or if you take a mouse to the movies, or if you give, so that mouse is the main character, but so you can talk about that. So just, if they have some favorite books and you have more than one by that author, it's a good opportunity to kind of discuss it and go over the styles and things like that. So questions that you need to report back to your teacher are, which features of the book did the child identify? So can they identify the front cover, the spine, and the back cover? Can they identify those? How many back and forth exchanges did the child engage in during the conversation? So as you were talking back and forth with your child, how many times were they, you took a turn and then they took a turn? How many times would you say that you did that? And what details did this child recall from the story? So if it's a familiar book, they may even be able to kind of tell the story in their own words, especially a book like The Very Hungry Caterpillar. They can go through and tell about the fruits that they ate, and then count, because he ate 3 blueberries and 4 strawberries and 5 oranges, so they can kind of go through and tell the story. So that is really all I have. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button below. And I would love to hear your favorite author. Let me know in the comments who your favorite author is. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.